Hi. So I'm like demanding that my friend Facebook stalk this person. Facebook is like a new thing at this moment, and Facebook stalking in this moment, at this time, is like a deep. It means like a deep love. It's this thing that you have to do where no pictures. You just have to look at their favorite movies and books. So it's like real. And I just found out this girl that I've been in love with for the past year and a half. I just found out her name. So I have to check her out on Facebook. And I've been in love with her because we've been in math classes together. Thus, I know how to reduce a fraction. Sorry. Good story. I've been in 3 math classes with her, and I'm playing this like game of musical chairs of love, where I accidentally sat next to her the first class, and in the next class I sat like purposely far away from her to play hard to get. And then the third class I sat like right in front of her, which ended up being a terrible decision because then I just had to turn around all class to make sure she wasn't making fun of me. I think I wore a lot of oversized t-shirts, and I was worried that I didn't know how to change my t-shirts or personality. And we Facebook stalked her, and under favorite movies, it also says favorite TV shows, Stella. I don't remember if you remember Stella. It was my favorite TV show. I was obsessed with that show. My friends had like a swear jar, where you put a quarter in, but it was only if I said Michael Showalter, Michael Ian Black, or David Wayne. Like I wasn't allowed to talk about it anymore because I just drained my friends' patience. And so I was like, oh my God, we're meant for each other. I watch teen movies. I know this. This is a shallow connection that we can make, and then I got to run into her with my books. But I come up with this plan that I'm going to go into class, differential equations class, and I'm going to be singing the theme song of Stella. And then she'll be like, what, are you singing a theme song of Stella? And I'll be like, oh my God, yeah, I love that show. It's just like my favorite. And she'll be like, oh my God, it's my favorite. I'm like, I had no idea. I didn't know that before. And she's like, we should go out. And I'm like, hey guys, maybe whatever. And then like we fall in love and we get married and have babies. And so I go into class, 8:30 in the morning, and I'm like happy for the first time, and I'm whistling. I'm like, there's nothing. That's the whole theme song. So I'm like dancing, doing a jig, in class. Nothing. So I just sit down and I'm like, okay, plan B, which is I didn't come up with plan B, did I? All right, next time. So I leave class and I start thinking of plan B. Months pass, and I'm waiting for the bus. I'm coming home from bowling with some friends, and I'm still obsessed about trying to get to know Kristen. I've upgraded our relationship to not in the hallway, and all of a sudden I see her walking towards me with her friend Steve. Her friend Steve's also in our math class, and he's her gay friend, so I'm not worried that we're in competition. But I like Steve. Steve's really nice. And we actually talk a lot more than me and Kristen. But Kristen's coming up, and I have to say something because we're going to wait for the bus together. But when she comes up, the first thing I say is, "A big bus, waiting for the bus." Goes over really well. But what we both realized in a good 2 minutes is that the bus isn't coming. It's past midnight, and we're in Minneapolis, and the buses don't run past midnight. So we're going to have to walk home 3 miles together. It's a lot of time. So she walks, and I walk about 10 feet behind her. But there's a couple red lights, so we have to run into each other at the red lights. And my first one, I'm planning out what I'm going to do. I'm like, okay, let me just sing the theme song. No, that didn't work. So I'll run up I walk up right up next to her, and I start with lights. And they change and it goes forward, but there's another red light. So I'm like, next time. Okay, next time. So we get up to the second light, and I look up, and there's this advertisement for Fresca, and it says rediscover Fresca. Great material. So I go, rediscover Fresca? I never discovered Fresca. Kristen and I never talk much, ever. And I think back to my relationship with Kristen, how obsessed I was for months, for years, really. And I think of it as I was obsessed with putting her into the narrative of my life. I wanted to be in a teen movie, and I wanted her to be the other person in it. I ate Ethiopian food earlier today, and I had stuff all over my hands, and I used my shirt as a napkin because I'm not a real adult. And I was coming up here, and I had bought this shirt at a Goodwill or a thrift store today in order to cover it up because I was so embarrassed. But then I unbuttoned it because I was I gotta be honest with people. This is who I am. But I don't really know if that's who I am if I've curated it, right?